Hello and welcome to Sous Chef Recipes, how to import a recipe with your camera. I'm going to start by clicking the plus button in the upper right hand corner. Now there are other ways to add a recipe to the app. You can type them in yourself or you can import them from a website. There are other videos that show you how to do that, so check those out. But right now we're going to import with a camera, so I'm going to click that little camera icon in the upper right hand corner. Now I should mention that this is kind of an experimental feature. We're still trying to figure it out, so try it out. Let us know what you think. It's possible it could become a paid feature in the future, but maybe not. We're not sure at this point. So actually, instead of taking a picture right now, I'm going to import from my camera roll. And the reason for that is it would just be too hard to make a video and take a picture at the same time. It would be shaky and not that good of quality. So I'm going to switch over to camera roll by clicking that icon in the upper right hand corner. And I should mention that when I'm importing from my camera roll, normally I would crop the picture so that it has just the text I want, but I'm going to pretend that I'm taking these pictures live, so just take that into account. So let's do the name of the recipe first. You can see some pictures of my family while we're doing this. Now you might want to skip importing the name because the name of the recipe is usually short anyway, so it's easy to type in. And also sometimes in cookbooks the font of the title will be weird and it won't import quite right, so you may just want to skip this. Looks like that came in okay, although I see that it's all caps, but that's okay. Let's do the ingredients next. Now when you're importing ingredients and steps, you definitely want to make sure that everything imports good, because this is not 100% accurate. It can make mistakes, and I see a couple here. Usually what it's going to mess up on is a fractional amount, just because those are kind of small and it's hard for the algorithm to pick those out. So we'll fix those later after we've saved it. Let's import the steps now though. Now the steps, I actually had to take two pictures because it was broken across a page. So I'll import the first picture. So there's steps 1, 2, and 3. And I'll import the next picture. Now I think that step 3 is actually on both of these pictures because it was split across the page. But we'll fix that in the next step after we save. Yeah, so there's the end of step 3 and then steps 4 and 5. And some other stuff at the bottom there, but we'll delete that. So I'm going to save now by clicking the save in the upper right hand corner there. That's the icon next to the camera. So it's brought the recipe into the app now, and now we can edit it. So I'm going to fix one of these fractional amounts here that I saw was wrong. I'll just change that. And I think there are some other ones in there, but I'll fix those later. And then I see that part of the step here was actually imported with the ingredients. Like I said, normally I would have cropped that out if I was importing from my camera roll, but here I can just delete it anyway, so it's not that big a deal. So I'll just delete that. And then let's go down to that step 3 that's broken into 2 parts. So I'm going to go ahead and merge that back together. I'll just merge it up, and it puts that right back together into one step. Now if I had the opposite problem where I had 2 steps that were fused together, I could split them. So I'll do a split here on this step 4. And you also might want to do this if the steps are too long and you just want to break them up into easier to follow steps. You can do that too. So I'll just select this first sentence here and break it into 2 separate steps. And then there's also, I think there were some tips at the bottom of the recipe here. I'll just go ahead and delete those. So just again, you definitely want to go over the recipe and make sure it imported okay and that it's accurate, because you don't want to mess up your recipe. So I'll go back to the home screen, and then my recipe gets added to my list here. I should note that you just want to make sure that you have a clear picture, use good lighting, try to avoid any blur or distortion. You just want to try to get the highest quality picture that you can. And then I should also note that you want the start of the text that you're capturing to be in the upper left-hand corner of your screen when you're taking your picture. So step 1 of the steps should be in the upper left hand of your screen when you're taking the picture for the steps. And if you come across a recipe that you think should work and it doesn't seem like it is, go ahead and send that picture to help@souschef.recipes, and maybe we can tweak our algorithms to handle it. That's all I have for now. Thank you very much. Take care.